It's fine. It's fine.
What up?
Hey, Delana.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Thanks
Tired.
for sitting down with me. It was awesome to be in your classroom and see your lesson yesterday, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you opening up your space. I know it's like stressful to have observers, so thanks for letting me join.
No problem.
I just wanted to like take a moment and hear from you before I share like the things that I really like wanted to celebrate. What do you feel like went well during that time?
I think like the access to grade level and above text was really, I'm proud of that because that was something that was missing probably like the first 2 to 3 weeks I taught this curriculum.
Yeah.
It was just the decodable and we didn't engage with it as much as I'm making them. So like I'm kind of engaging them in the text more than the curriculum calls to.
Yeah.
So that I think that's going well. And I think also like engaging them in that word list because we're also that too because it's like I think the curriculum calls to do it like once or twice and I'm like no, we're either gonna engage with a 2-syllable word list or the decodable every day, like, period. So I think those things are going well.
Yeah, I wanted to celebrate you because I know that you like this curriculum shift came pretty late in the year and you've like really picked that up and done a great job getting it started. As you know, we use like the instructional practice guide for this observation. I was really looking at in our PLC, we've been focusing on core action 3, right? Yeah. Which is like giving all students opportunities to engage with the lesson. And I just wanted to share like some of the big glows that I saw, which was like first of all, like the majority of your kids were doing the work in there and like on task.
Yes.
Which was awesome.
That's my biggest like, oh my god, they're not working.
Yeah, I know that like the transitions during the day and in the structure of our model, there's like a need to like be efficient with time and like kids were working. That was awesome. And that there was like maybe 1 or 2 kids that were off task and like you looped into them pretty quickly. So that was awesome. Another one that I thought was like a real strength was like kids were doing the work in this lesson, like core action 3A. Right. Like you were having students do the majority of the work, and I know that right before I came in, you did the grade level text, and then of the same decodable, right? Yeah. Like a more rigorous access to that text. Right. And so I really appreciated that you started with that higher rigor level, and then came back to the decodable to start working on those foundational skills. Yeah. And then, like, kids did the majority of that, right? Like, they went through the book that they had just read with you and found those nouns to break apart the syllables for. So that was great. The other glow that I wanted to share was, like, I think that it says a lot that none of your kids, like, some of the work that I was looking at, I took a couple of pictures of the student work from the lesson. Yeah. Like, some of them were struggling with it, but none of them were shutting down. And I think that speaks a lot to, like, core action 3B, which is like, are you allowing students to productively struggle and like push through the difficulty? And I thought you did a really good job with that. And I think the fact that they were doing it with partners, really helps. Yeah, because like, so this was Soraya's, and like this was her partner's. I forget who she was partnered with. She didn't write her name on there, but their pages looked the same, right? But Soraya was like completing hers at a different pace, I noticed. Yeah. And because she was like taking her time, and she was actually one of the ones that you used to like do an example at the beginning of the lesson, and like I liked that you like really encouraged her to like push through that because it took her a little bit longer.
She does take a little bit longer, and I think like because like, she started with us like pretty low in reading, and so I think she's still building like her ability to like want to do work, her stamina, and like her confidence.
Yeah, and I think that you encouraged that confidence really well, and she like ultimately felt successful right after that. Yeah, and I think that is a strength for you, like allowing kids to productively struggle, right? The last glow was that I mean, obviously in core action 3F, like you were working directly on foundational skills, so like nice job, nice job.
Yes,
woo, good strength.
It better be.
But the one other glow that I wanted to share was more related to our PLC, which was like the UDL, the University of Science for Learning aspect, which is like kids were reading and writing it. You were showing it visually up there and doing it verbally, and I thought there was a nice blend there.
Cool. I'm always worried about that.
Nice. Yeah. Good job. So, the next thing we're going to pivot to is thinking about like what what like focus area you might want to take away from this lesson.
Yeah.
And so like one thing that I was wondering about was correction 3D, which is like how students are talking about each other's thinking. And I know we've done some of that work in our team time, but I'm curious, like, when you think about how students are taking charge of the reading and listening and speaking standards, like how do you see that incorporated into your lessons and time with students? Like how do you see them doing those?
So right now it's just during the mini lesson or any type of like whole group activity we do, and it's with sentence frames that are written.
What's an example of one?
So like I think it's a noun because,
okay,
and then it's right next to the anchor chart. That's like a person, place, or thing with little pictures on it.
Great.
Or like I think it's a verb because. And like we watched a video on what verbs are, and then there's an anchor chart with the sentence frame right there. Or like I think it's an open syllable because I think it's a closed syllable because, and again those are right next to the anchor chart.
Nice.
And so like if we're doing something, I like say use the sentence frame, or I'll start the sentence frame for them. You know, just the normal stuff.
Yeah.
But with each other is not. They're not internalizing those sentence frames yet.
Yeah.
Or using them at all.
Well, it's hard, right? Like, I think you've done the right amount of scaffolding to like introduce it and use it in your spaces. But I did notice that when I was talking to students about their work, like, the way they're talking about it with each other wasn't necessarily the same as how you were talking about it in the mini lesson.
Right.
And so I was thinking about this as a focus area of like how do you encourage them to talk about each other's thinking during that work time. And so I wanted to spend some time thinking about maybe like an action step that we could move forward with for that one. The other thing before we pick a strategy for that, I know that you had mentioned earlier, like thinking about how to streamline some of your systems in there, just so that like there's maximizing time. Yeah. Because like your lesson, how long is your block with them?
Technically, it's 40 minutes for reading and 40 minutes for math. Yeah.
Right. So like a good chunk of that time, right, between your lesson and between when they were doing the work was like get your materials. And I want to make sure that we can like maximize that time because like kids need to do that practice, right? Yeah. And you already mentioned that to me, which I think, you know, speaks to like your awareness of that urgency, right? Like, kids need to get access to that practice and access to the rigorous text, right? Yeah. And so I was thinking of some ways that we could like arrange some of the materials for your room. Yeah. Specifically, like each kid has a copy of their book right now, right? Yeah. And so I'm wondering about, instead of keeping it in their folder, they would have to go get. Yeah. If there's just like one place that all the books are. Yeah. And that might be a quick fix.
I think so too.
Cool. So I think that's one next step thing that would be like pretty easy, right? In terms of maximizing time. Let's shift and talk about like what strategy we can think of that might help your students in going more towards Correction 3D, which is like talking about each other's thinking during their
partner time. Because there's a lot of partner time because like super important. Yeah. To think and talk.
And the small group that you have, do you see that same small group within that lesson every day, or do you change who you bring to the table?
I change who I bring to the table. There's a schedule on the slide. I need to print it on the poster, but it's
I mean, I think it's something. What I was wondering about in terms of like supporting their like metacognition, right? Like thinking about each other's thinking. Right. You said you had some sentence frames, and I think it's gonna take you like modeling it clearly, and it might need to start in that small group space. Okay. Because even with those like you had 5 kids at the table with you, you were still leading most of that. I know. Yeah. Right. And I think that like modeling some of that, like talking about what they're noticing with each other could be helpful. So I think we could think of maybe a couple, not like a rubric, but like a feedback thing of like when you notice about what this friend just said. Yeah. So that they're getting in the habit of listening and responding instead of just saying, like your sentence you mentioned, I think it's a noun because is like give evidence, right? But I wonder how we can push that further so that they're talking about what the other person is saying. Yeah. what do you think a good sentence frame would be for that you could like model with them?
I don't know. I would need some like examples. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, one easy one could be like, blank thinks it's a verb because blank.
Yeah.
Like even just having them restate some of what their partner is saying.
Okay.
And then right here.
Yeah.
Thinks.
Yeah.
It's blank because.
Or like I disagree
blank.
because.
And then
that,
like the extension of that is right? I agree.
Or I just / disagree
because. And I think the opportunity there, and I know that you're doing math with some of these kids too, is like this will go over both content areas, right? I think the opportunity there is like for kids to understand that there might be like multiple solutions or multiple answers that can still be right and still be able to like talk about it with their partner.
Cool.
The other thing I was wondering is like like some of those kids that were like Miguel or some of the kids that were like having a hard time getting started.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's an opportunity for them to help be, and maybe some of them aren't ready for that yet, but like an opportunity for them to support like other partnerships in using those sentences. Like if they had a job during your lesson to like walk around the room and listen for people using those sentence frames.
But then they wouldn't be doing the work, right?
I think you could have them do it for like 5 minutes of that work time. Because like Miguel, there was a couple kids who like, took that long to like
get started,
do anything. Started right, and I wonder how giving them like a special role at the beginning of that could like
repurpose their
kickstart their interest in it a little bit. Especially with Miguel, who like might do well. I don't know how he would feel about like a leadership opportunity. Sorry.
That's okay. I wonder too.
Or even like some of the kids who are like slightly higher in that group, it might be a good thing if they finish early to go around and listen for. But ways that you can like celebrate and acknowledge when students are doing that. How does that sound?
That sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that introducing the next level of that sentence frame would help that a lot.
Cool.
And I think that might be like a good bite-sized thing to start incorporating.
Okay.
When do you think would be a good place for you to like try that out for the first time?
I mean, like next week.
Next week?
Yeah. Why not?
Great.
It's 2 sentence frames.
That's true. When do you think we should do? Come see it again.
Maybe like Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Give me a couple days. No.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just close out with like some reflection and appreciations. What are your takeaways from this or your next steps?
My next steps are to incorporate those 2 sentence frames into both math and reading. And then to celebrate when students are using those, or to have other students celebrate when they hear or see their friends using them, as well as making materials more available, like more quickly available, more, I don't know. First step is like just putting the books in like one bin or one, so not in their folders, which I think will be good because my first instinct was like, oh, well, they mark it up, they highlight the sight words, but then I'm like, but it don't hurt nobody else to see the sight words. They're all highlighting the same sight words. Like, why didn't I think of that?
I mean,
kind of dumb.
And in a way, no, it's fine. I mean, and in a way, I think it could be cool for kids to see on paper what other kids are thinking about, right? That kind of like actually goes to that core action of like giving kids access to see other kids' work, and not like copy it, but like
get to look at
like
it,
see what they've been thinking about. I think that the only thing that I would add is to like really explicitly model using those frames. Okay. My next step is to come and see you do that in your little group on Wednesday. We'll shoot for Thursday. Thursday will be better.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I appreciate you again for letting me into your classroom and sharing your space with me.
Thanks. Yeah.